G'day folks, welcome to another Hang Loose Recluse production, and in today's video I'm just going to go for a walk down at this fancy cave here because I can. I just took a heap of videos. Hopefully I'll put that at the intro for you. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. What the hell is going on with the Australian government? It's on everybody's lips at the moment. The Australian government is on everybody's lips with communism, censorship, tactics. What's going on in Australia, folks? What is going on in Australia? What on earth is happening? What is happening to the Australia that we once knew, as we've got our fellow citizens in some kind of, what do you call it, bloody communist state, due to the government doing their thing. They love it. Anyway, I am just down here mucking around with this new lens that I've got on the gimbal, just having a bit of a walk and talk. Been filming some shots down here just to see what I can get as the sun sets. Just thought I'd show you the secret cave down here. Sangkal, yes, the secret cave. Why? Because we can, and we will, so we shall. Now this camera I've got doesn't actually have a microphone input, so I've got a wireless mic running into my recorder in my pocket, and I'll add the footage of audio over it later and see if we can get some decent footage for you, just to have a bit of a test vlog with this thing. Now I have just come home from work. It is almost winter and I'm sweating, guys. I'm friggin' well sweating because I was walking on the sand. I am in pants and shoes, walking on the beach. But that's life. That is life. Thank you. All right, well, maybe I should just do a little, few more panning shots as we go. Just keep it going and rolling so I can use some of this footage. Because no doubt as I talk, I'm gonna have some of this footage over the top anyway, so I can just keep on rolling. To do a 20-minute take and just see what I get out of it, see whether any of it's usable. But this is the quality of the rocks down here, down at this beach. It's all limestone. It all falls in and caves away, caves in as it eventually erodes. So yeah, it's a bit like free speech in Australia at the moment. These rocks are certainly a metaphor for free speech. And look at that sun as it sets in the west, guys. That's the sun as it sets in the west, because the sun sets in the west, where the sun sets the best. Because the sun sets best in the west, folks. And that's right, the sun sets west in the best. I mean, best in the west. Look at this, guys. I know you've seen some of this. It's an Australian beach. For anyone who hasn't seen it, we are 1 month out of winter. What a glorious day it was here in Perth, Western Australia today, folks. We've got a magic week lined up again just before winter starts. That sun is about to set. It's certainly going to set soon. That's why I'm mucking around with this golden hour of light at the fancy hidden secret cave as I get an opportunity to wash my feet. I don't want to wet my feet, no thank you. Nope. Well, I've got shoes on. They are waterproof. They're Merrell, Gore-Tex, but once you start getting salt water and stuff in your shoes, they start stinking real bad. So if I can avoid it, I will. And I'll pan away from the sun now, guys, as we make our way towards the cave again. This is the fancy cave, and I reckon something's collapsed recently because I don't recall those rocks being there. I might have to check my live stream. I might be dreaming, but I don't recall a certain bunch of rocks being there that are in the shot. I'll show you when I get to them, which rocks I'm talking about. And it's those three there. Just there, folks. I'm not sure if they were there last time, I can't remember. But if you look up, you'll see that we're hanging over the edge here. That's the cliff edge, and that could eventually fall. And if it does and you're under it, guess what? Say goodbye, Earth, and hello wherever you're meant to go. That's right. Wherever the next destiny is where that destiny will be, as it happens, because if those rocks fall, as you're here, you are done for. You are absolutely done for, folks. All right, just bear with us as I am mucking around down here. I just wanted to use this golden opportunity of light on a Friday night after work and just have a bit of a play down here at the beach with me gimbal, me fancy new lens down here for your viewing pleasure. Because we can, we will, and we shall. Beautiful beach. Beautiful West Australian beach, folks. And if we look to the left, you'll see heaps of people are walking down here. So it wants to stay on the sunset. I have to pan it around. because it is in a fancy mode where it just wants to stay where I point it. Here we go, let's walk along this part of the beach. You'll see into the distance, it's a very popular beach. Lots of people down here as I hover above the water. That's right, just above, just as most of Australia is just above the poverty line, I'm down here. I'm down here just above the high water line, while the rest of Australia is hovering above the poverty line. That's a metaphor. So I guess that's a double metaphor, is to stay above the high line, the high tide line, stay above the water line, stay above the poverty line. And the metaphor through the government is these rocks eventually erode and break away. These rocks just here, folks, see them? They eventually erode and break away, just like our freedom of speech, our freedom, our lack of censorship. Look at this little edge here. I'm going to do a run along here. This is like a live stream, except it's an edited version. Here we go, look at that. That's where the water's been lapping up at this cliff part here. As we get on through to the other side. Thank you. Sounds like a Doors song. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. There we go, there's the cave. But I think what you want to see is the sunset. So I will pan around again and get this quality sunset for you folks. But one thing I forgot to test was how the audio is going through to the recorder in my pocket. And I'll show you that recorder in my pocket. Thank you. I can put it on screen. I'll wait till I get this beautiful shot here. Yes, we are getting decent audio in. Thank you. I've got a lavalier on my chest. And we've got the Zoom F1 in my hand. Oh, I don't want to wreck that shot because we've got a beautiful sunset there. So I don't want to wreck your shot at home, folks. It's too beautiful. It's too much of a beautiful shot. As the sun disappears, I should stay here and put it on so you can watch it. There we go. There's the Zoom recorder, folks. It's in my pocket. As we go back into the sunset, and I'll get it so the light from that sun shines on it so you can see it with your own three eyes. That's right. Open your third eye. Open your third eye and look at that. That's right, I'm recording in there. You can see the audio going up. Thank you. All right, back to the sunset. Let's put this back in the pocket now. So I just showed you where the audio's at as we record wirelessly, and I'll go for a scroll on the edge as that sun's setting. Looking magic, guys. I might walk back now because I don't want to be here forever. So I will just walk and talk to yous for the sake of it, feeling like I'm on a live stream. But at least if I say anything stupid, I can edit out the audio, and I run from the edge of the water. And I shouldn't have ran because now my foot's wet because I made it splash more. Hence, the camera might be wet. You know what I mean? So the more I run, the more I splash, the more salt's going to end up on the camera system. Maybe, just maybe. See, this is what we need, is some rocks. Get some rocks into that sunset as the sun disappears. Beautiful day down here at the beach. Oh, there's a boat on the horizon there. Well, not the horizon, about 200 metres out from shore. This is a 12mm lens, so you might not see it. It might be a little figment of your imagination. Or it could be a figment of my imagination. It might be a mirage out there. This is the Hang Loose Recluse Show, folks. If you have just tuned into this place, this is the sunset here in Western Australia on April 26, as we look down at the eroding shoreline down here in Western Australia and just have a bit of a think about the eroding freedom of speech and censorship here in Australia as our government takes everything away. Now, folks, I am on auto settings, so if you are a camera expert and it's not giving you the setting that you desire, sorry, but that's okay. I'm sure you're loving that sunset either way. Absolutely brilliant down here. So now I will just put in the Loose Goose recorder. So if I get in front, you're not going to see me much, because all you're going to do is see the sunset behind me like I'm a silhouette as I walk around the edge of this cave here and just dribble to you guys for the sake of it, and hopefully match my conversation up with the scenery that you're seeing, because how beautiful is that? Not the host. The host isn't necessarily beautiful, is he? No, not the host. I don't mean the host. I mean that sunset, folks. Look at it. Oh yes, that sun is disappearing, guys. There it is as I get more rocks in the shot for you folks at home. And I will pan up so it processes the footage. But I've got to muck with settings. I've got to do some Google research and set the camera up. The top of the sun is almost over that horizon there. That's gone, but folks, that's gone. That sunset is now officially gone. It's gone over the edge, and I'm going to go back between these rocks again and just give you a closing shot with a bit of a rock here going through as that sunset fades out into obscurity and comes back again tomorrow for another day, unless something drastically goes wrong on the Earth or a meteor comes down and does something to the Earth and splits us in half or something. Yes, doomsday. Well, maybe the government will stop me saying that sort of stuff too, because you know what the government's like. They want to ban us all, folks. As I'll turn it around and get the last light and have a bit of a last chat for you guys. As I've got that light coming through, we'll walk back up to the cave here. As like John Wayne, I'm walking sideways. Well, the camera's sideways. I'm walking kind of like a crab, a little bit. One leg over the left leg and just going along in a fine line. Because it's a fine line between pleasure and pain. You've done it once, you can do it again. It's a fine, fine line between pleasure and pain. Yeah, I'm just being a dork now, thank you. All right, now if I get close, I'm just testing this out too, because I am on auto. So you'll see my big Polish nose there on the screen. There it is, it's my big Polish nose, thank you. And when I hold it back a bit, you'll see a bit of the Australian nose. But the closer I get, the bigger my nose gets. That's right, big European Polish nose. Thank you, with the rocks in the background. Hopefully it should be focusing on your host there. And the background should be going blurry, of course. But this is the cave spot that I often talk about on some live streams when I'm down here. But again, what a place to come and test out the lens and muck around with it, even though I'm on auto settings. I did try to go manual, but I needed a filter because it's a F2. I could have raised, sorry, it was on F4, but it was still too much light getting in. I tried to turn the EV, that exposure thing down. Never mind, you know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. Unless you're a camera nerd, you won't know. I don't even know, I just play around. Thank you. All right, let's take it off your host here and get back to the show, because this camera will stop after 20 minutes. I don't even know how long we've been going for. Oh, 12 minutes, is that all? Far out. Feels like forever. Well, it's a nice shot there. I can see that cliff there, even on the screen there. It looks beautiful. So that is a great little backdrop for a bloody Hang Loose Recluse chat with you guys. Now, a lot of YouTubers do this. They actually use cameras like this, but don't use the audio on the camera, and they record in their pocket, then add the audio later. But I always used to look at that as an extra step. But since I'm becoming a bit of an expert at all this stuff and it becomes second nature for the Loose Goose Recluse, then it shouldn't be a problem. So I'll hold the camera right back. There I am right back. Hopefully you can't see too much of the arm here, but you will because it's a 12mm lens. Now this is holding the thing on my belly. You still should see a fair bit of the background, even though the camera is literally one hand or 1.5 hands. There's my hand, and there's another hand, well, 1.5 hands distance from the lens. So again, this is like a test, but at the same time, we're still talking about the Australian government and saying that the freedom of speech is just like these limestone edges here, because our freedom of speech in this country is eroding. Now, that's one thing that I don't get with what's going on with all this government stuff. Like, they're making a big scene over it, mainstream media, pushing hard on the agenda to try and do their thing, to try and make it that social media laws will come in and society will just accept that, oh, it's the right thing. But what is the right thing? Now, hang on, the right thing, okay. Why doesn't, I thought of something the other day that they didn't ban. I can't really say too much on this platform, but why does the government think it's okay for people, we'll say drag queens, for drag queens to read to kids in the library? Let's get serious. Shouldn't we be protecting our children from that stuff, or is that we trying to normalise that? But we're not trying to normalise freedom of speech and showing, even though it's not for kids. X is not for kids, guys. It's an adult site. I've always said that all along. It's an adult friggin' site, because you've got those girls who show their bosoms and whatnot. So if you know what I mean, like, that's clearly not for children. So if you're an adult, you can make up your own mind whether you want to watch that stuff. Doesn't mean everybody on X is going to go and watch it. I understand what they're saying. They're trying to take it down worldwide. But even, actually, I forgot to mention this, thanks to the person who commented. I can't remember who it was. think it might have been Scrub Turkey. Scrub Turkey said that Mary Manuel doesn't want that thing pulled down from X. He wants that footage seen by people. If people want to choose to go and see it, they can go and see it. People can find all sorts of things on the internet. I mean, in the 90s, when we were on VHS videotapes, guys, I didn't want to watch this stuff, but I had mates that used to watch a video series called Faces of Death with all sorts of crazy things happening on VHS. You got it from the video shop, you could hire it and watch it. And that was the 90s. It's the same thing. They chose to go and watch it. Just because it's on social media doesn't mean everyone's going to be exposed to it. It's like, if you don't want to see it, you'd turn away, you'd stop. You don't want. I didn't even like seeing it when I saw that video of the priest getting smacked. But it doesn't mean I won't go and look at it again, because I don't need to see it again. And I did censor it from my channel because I knew that it was going to get banned. And yeah, I don't like seeing that sort of stuff, so I don't want to see it. I don't like seeing blood on bodies and all that stuff and all that sort of thing, all the stuff that goes on with war, all the atrocities of war as such. You know, you get the idea. All right, well, the sun's gone. I might just make a quick little walk off the beach. I can't remember how long we were going for before. I better turn the camera around and just have a quick look. I'll show you a bit of the ocean, because I can't see the screen on this camera. All right, 16 minutes. So we've got effectively 4 minutes before we have to end the video, because it only records for 20 minutes in one take. That's just the way it is with this camera. Yeah, 20 minutes only, because it will prevent itself from overheating and whatnot. But at least I get to look you guys in the eye, but I wasn't before because I had me silly glasses on as such. And as you can see, the beautiful afterglow of the rocks behind me, fantastic. I did do a couple of little runs of the gimbal when I got to this spot as I walked down here, because I do like the idea of mucking around with this camera and this lens. And again, this lens will help me get some good marketing style shots that I need to, if anyone out there, you know, wants a quick promo, because I can basically make promos in an hour. It doesn't take that long. You just go out and get a few shots, smash it all together and do that sort of stuff. But that's the sort of stuff that I'm getting into, you know. But here I am, thank you. Walking down here again. I'll probably be a silhouette now because the light will disappear. I might do another take in a minute with the camera light. I've got a camera light in my pocket, but I have to control it by USB. I've got nowhere to hang it at this stage. I've got to try and work it out. It's not a battery one. I took one with a USB, but I've got a power bank in my pocket. It's just a cheapie. But I should have bought one of my battery operated ones. But I wanted to carry light stuff because I didn't want to carry all this stuff and have to go and do that. Now I might just quickly pan around here and see how much time we got left. Oh, there's a Willy Wagtail, guys. Let's see if I can get Willy. There's me mate Willy. See, I can talk to them. Nah, he's gone. It's not me mate. I thought he'd recognise me. I've actually come down here in a live stream. I might do a last little final shot of running along this rock wall edge, just to see if some of these shots are usable for me. There's people stand there and walk along and do the nighttime walks along the beach. We're walking on back. All right, we're down to 18 minutes 37. So I might have to quickly end it, folks, before it gets too late. So I will just pan this thing back around, and I might do another take, and I'll chuck my light on just to be sure that we're going to get light on the face and all that. But if I face this way, you will get the last light and all that sort of stuff as it does, because we can. I'll just go behind here. If you can see the people behind me on the beach there, so lots of people there. Yeah, beautiful day. Got a forecast this week of lots of weather. Anyway, I better end it. This has been another Hang Loose Recluse test production for your entertainment. I'm sure you guys will be entertained, you 100 people that do watch these videos. I appreciate you for watching it. Pity the channel can't get traction. I guess I bore too many people and I'm not the right personality for those folks that don't want to watch it. I think this guy's so fucking boring. I was probably less boring when I was younger. Anyway, this has been another Hang Loose Recluse production. Thank you.